Good morning, everybody. I am here in my living room today with my live reads. I may swizzle around a bit because I love my chair. So I have a lot of people who I didn't fit into the live read yesterday. I do have a list here next to me, and I'm going to work through them now. I have Kipper, my deck. I have my Dondorf, Lenormand, and I have Lenormand Revolution by the lovely Carrie Paris. And I am going to start with Irene. Irene runs all our buddy reads in the World Kipper Association, and I did set up a list in our members only group for those who wanted reads. So Irene, you are top of my list, and Irene's weekend, please. Using the Kipper cards. We start with our lovely rich girl, Great Fortune, and Court. So the overall theme, which is quite nice, the Great Fortune in the middle shines its light over everything. So no matter what flanks it, it is a shiny, positive, happy. So shiny, positive, happy weekend for Irene. The rich girl could suggest that Irene is going to have a positive time with a younger family member. I won't say anything more than that, Irene, you know what I'm talking about. That you could have a positive weekend, or she could be actually oozing positivity this weekend, and there's a decision to be made, but it's a nice decision to be made, perhaps whether you're having your lovely granddaughter this weekend. Leave a comment, Irene, so I know that you've got it. The next person on my list is Marilyn. The lovely Marilyn. I am doing a weekend, and I will PM you as well. Note to self, PM Marilyn. Marilyn, your weekend. We start with Long Way, and we have our lovely main character 2 looking onto the long way. This shows us that you are looking to the long term, Marilyn, this weekend. You are definitely looking forward, which is great. You are finding it difficult this weekend to accept that improvements have been made. We have 27 behind your back, and this shows us improvements, but it also shows us that it's behind you and it has been an issue recently. But with the long distance in front of you, a long way, we can suggest that you will start turning these improvements into a long-term view to the future. And of course, the long way is coming back towards you. So there may be some memories coming up this weekend, something that is of a deeper nature that you have been perhaps pushing down for some time, but it will be positive, and it will be a surprising comeback of things from the past, if you like. Very nice. So work on yourself this weekend, Marilyn. Think about you, and think about how far you've come. Excuse me, just dropped one. Think about how far you have come in the last couple of years, because that's what the long distance, long way card is signifying, usually a couple of years. So now I'm moving on to Cody. Cody, you commented yesterday And obviously Facebook did not notify me. So I am pulling your cards for the weekend now. Cody's weekend ahead. Well, these are nice. We have home, house, family, your little unit. We have letter, pleasant letter, so positive communications at home. And we also have gift. So there may be an invitation or a discussion over a positive surprise that's coming into your life, or there may be a surprising communication that comes in this weekend, an invitation, for example, to maybe go see mom, because we have the home card that can also be your roots and where you're from, your family, where you belong. That's Cody's weekend, and while we're at it, on Cody, I will do Calissa, the lovely Calissa. This one's all for you. Calissa's weekend ahead. I wish I'd not bothered now. Calissa, Calissa, Calissa. We have fatality, which is an ending. We have short illness, which is the down patch. And we have dishonesty. So you have got all the best cards for the weekend. Let's look at this practically and how it could actually manifest on a weekend. We have fatality. Fatality can literally mean laying on the couch and doing nothing. It can be that laying in bed and doing nothing. With short illness afterwards, we also have that lack of energy or lack of life force, if you like, to actually do something. And we have a wrongness here. As she's a cause and effect, I'm going to pull a cause and effect behind her. Hope, great water. So there is something in your weekend that is wrong. We can suggest the wrongness is hope, great water. Hope, great water can actually be somebody in your vicinity drinking too much, for example, or drug related, or it could simply be that somebody in your vicinity is acting up this weekend, because we have her hiding this behind her back. So she is hiding some form of too much, if you like, is the best way of saying it. And we have short illness, taking the down, and the ending as well. The interesting thing here is, if we are talking about illness and how we deal with illness and recovery, etc., you'll know what I'm talking about here. The Hope Great Water can actually show that the healing isn't going as quickly as you would like. Hello, can you write your name so I can say it in a phonetic way? And I will do your cards next, or I will just lay the intention for your cards anyway. Sorry, going back to Calissa. So it could be that the healing process isn't taking or isn't happening as quick as you would like it, Calissa, this weekend. And that it's a kind of, is this ever going to get better kind of feeling over the weekend. So who just joined? I can't say your name, but I can lay your cards. So your cards for the weekend. In Kipper, of course. I have to get back to my list here. We have Good Gent is the first card. He is an older guy in your vicinity. We have a theft, running away from him. So she is stealing something from him. I'm putting it onto a connection. I will explain this afterwards. The connector card, we pull an extra card afterwards. And we have military dude. So we start with our support figure, our older guy, and things been stealing from him. We can suggest that if you have a meeting or if you are coming together with an older guy this weekend, you won't have as much time together as you would like or as he would like. And the military person at the end is putting a stop to it earlier than it should be. So if you do have an older guy, if not, we're looking at, hi Joe, thank you. We're looking at a support figure or a feeling of support. If there's no physical man in your life who is older, then we are looking at you feeling that the support is missing over the weekend. You still go about your commitments and everything that you need to do, but you are having to put the work in yourself. There we go. Have a lovely weekend, Joe. And now I will do Joanna did yesterday, didn't I believe so, but I didn't do Brant. So Brant's weekend, please. Brant runs our Gypsy Card Association group. He will be running the courses soon. We do have a Gypsy Card course coming up. I better have a look when that is. So let's do Brant's weekend. We have Long Way, Brant, and Sad News, and Win Lots. So Brant will already be mentally processing this before I actually give the meanings. So we have a long way. So the weekend starts with sad news, can be sad news from afar, because we do have a long way, can suggest that the sad news is coming from a long way away. And it is affecting Brant's, it can literally be affecting his pocket, but it can also be affecting his feelings of abundance, feelings of this is great this weekend. So we could actually have, like I say, from afar, we can suggest, but it can also be something that comes up from a long time ago, something that resurfaces, and we still have the positive card at the end, so it will still be good, but it will be good to a lesser degree because of the sad news affecting it. Brant, your weekend. I just had a mental thought, and Bob Decker jumped into my head. I will do a weekend ahead for Bob Decker. He's on my list. I do need to send him an endorsement certificate because he has proved himself as a Lenormand reader here at the World Divination Association. Bob, your weekend ahead. We have gloomy thoughts, good outcome, and sad news. So we start with gloomy. And the good outcome is another shiny card, like great fortune that shines on all the cards around. The good outcome in love is a shiny card. It won't negate the cards around, but it will help them, ease them. So we'll put those behind them because it's easing the negative cards, if you like. We start with gloomy, so you may be having some negative thoughts this weekend. Just a face palm. What am I going to do this weekend? Face palm. Can I be really bothered this weekend? The good thing is good outcome is here. So even though we're having negative thought process about something, it will be a good outcome anyway. This does lead to, is also affected by sad news. We can find out where the sad news comes from because it's a cause and effect. A discussion. Interesting. So 30 is our court official and our discussions. So we can suggest that there is a discussion that causes sad news and affects your happy, jolly, usual self. And of course, it is something that's happened in the past because we have a connector again. So it started before the weekend. So it's a discussion that quite possibly started this week, and it leads you into the weekend. And it does try and mar your spirits this weekend. But you can see her, how pink and shiny she is next to the other cards. It may dampen your spirits a little, but not wholly, which is always good. We want to keep on some of those good thoughts, don't we? And I think I am done, because it is time now to work on my course content. I have Kipper 101 next week. I have the Game of Hope Lenormand course coming up. We also have a Gypsy course coming up. On top of that, I have other things that are in the pipework that I will be sharing with you soon. It's all exciting. Reader Studio was really something else, and I met some amazing people, and we are going to do some amazing things together. So I will be sharing all that with you. Have the best weekend ever, and sign your name up below if you would like a read on my next live. I will try and do more. I know I've been absent. Lots of love always. Bye-bye. Ending.